Hello everyone, it's Chris here, just doing a little video before I start editing today. Thought I'd take some time out just to sort of summarise stuff that's gone on this year a little bit. This is more kind of a thank you to a couple of people as well as an update on upcoming content, but it's been a rough year for myself. Obviously, on this channel there hasn't been too much content this year. A lot of my content, I say my content, a lot of my involvement in YouTube has been with other people this year. Obviously, start of the year, way back in January, I was mainly involved with JB, also known as John, on his channel, JB Sports, which is rebranded to. And then I had my own family matter that sort of consumed me most of my time and my energy, basically from February, and it wasn't lockdown. Lockdown happened at the same time, which sort of amplified the issue. So that kind of went on for 6 months, which people close to me know what it was. And I will probably touch on it in a later video because I'm planning on doing something to kind of help that situation as such. But either way, comes to about 3 months ago, maybe more than that. That drama kind of ended, and I was looking for something to kind of pick myself back up, keep the mind busy, because my mental health is very much something that I tried to stay on top of, and I know following what happened, if I just kind of didn't keep myself busy, it would probably eat at me, and I'd end up going down a slippery slope, which I've been down before, and it's not very fun. So I looked at getting back to commentaries. I haven't done any live commentaries yet because I don't feel like I'm not up to speed with football at the moment. I just feel at the moment football in this COVID environment for me, I really struggle to get passionate about it, and I think it's mainly down to the fact that there's no crowd. I know there's artificial crowd noise, I get it, but it's just kind of a little. It doesn't quite resonate with me, and obviously the behaviour of Premier League clubs in the pandemic has kind of turned me off top flight football at the moment. So I'm not ready to return to that just yet, which John is fully aware of this kind of feeling towards the top flight, and he's said to me in the past, when you're ready to come back, just let me know. But I wanted to keep my toe in, as such, keep my foot in the door, so I don't lose that kind of, because I don't like to toot my own horn too much, but I think I was pretty good at the live commentaries. But if I didn't do something similar to it, I would have gotten rusty, and it would take me ages to get back into it. So the suggestion of seeing if Trevor Sports wanted an extra voice on the channel was made, and I got in contact with Trevor, and he's had me on with his match of the day, grandstand, and Champions League, which is currently going on. I'm actually going to do one of the commentaries for his matches after this. Not saying which one it is, but you'll find out shortly. But yeah, I reached out to Trevor, and he was like, yeah, you can do some matches, and threw a couple of matches in my direction. He liked what I'd done with them, and since then it's kind of been more or less every week I've sort of been doing at least a match. I'm not doing it, well, I say at least every week. There's a match for me to cover. I'm not involved in every single match of the day, which I'm fine with, because it leaves me time to do my project, which ironically Trevor is actually involved in as well. So we're kind of helping each other at this point. But yeah, I need to sort of say thank you to Trevor. I know his name isn't actually Trevor, but we're going to call him Trevor for the sake of this. You've been really helpful for me in terms of one, keeping me busy, which to be fair, I'll probably keep you a little bit busy as well with the F1 stuff, but it's been a real help to get past what happened. I mean, I think Trevor knows what happened. I think I briefly touched on it when we've had a few of our chats, but it's really helped me come out the other side of it without having too many issues, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it as well. You've brought a passion back to me, which I thought I'd kind of lost, even if it is virtual. For me, it's like it might be virtual, but in a way it is real. That's a completely different circumstance, a different world that we're sort of looking at, and it's still something to get excited over because you have no idea what's going to happen, So, yeah. So thank you for having me on board, Trevor, and obviously I appreciate all the work that you're doing for me as well. I know the Grand Prix races that he's recording his voiceover. They're about half an hour each shot, so he's putting a fair bit of his free time aside to do work for me, and obviously I'm kind of doing the same with the football stuff. But it's been fantastic for me. I've really enjoyed it, and again, thank you for giving me that platform and giving me the opportunity to sort of enjoy watching football again as such, and just get back into the whole YouTube thing. It's really kind of reignited a fire inside me, which I haven't had probably. I haven't done a proper YouTube series myself probably since 2015, and that was FIFA 15, and I did a Burnley career mode, and I did 2 seasons of that, and that was a relentless grind, and I'm putting myself through it again, and I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it again, the whole project and all that, and obviously I'm essentially doing 2. I'm doing my own, and I'm being involved in Trevor's, so it's really good. So yeah, again, thanks again, Trevor, and thanks to John as well, because we've had our chats over the year, and it's been really helpful. Obviously, everyone's kind of sticking together through the troubling times that are at present. So 2020 has been a challenge, but I'd like to think that we're sort of looking. The back end of this year has really improved for me. Like the first sort of right off the first sort of 7 months of it was a bit of a car crash, let's be honest. But to be coming out the other side of it with something really positive, thanks to 2 other people, I can't appreciate them enough, and it's been fantastic for me, and I never thought I would be in the position where I'm enjoying YouTube again, because for me it was kind of dead a few years ago. Like there wasn't really, I didn't really feel like putting the effort in for it, because I was always felt like I was banging my head against a brick wall. But things are just starting to look up, and it's no thanks to Trevor and JB, who essentially, when we started collaborating all those years ago, the doors have opened up, and I wouldn't be in the position where I'm thoroughly enjoying myself on YouTube again. So again, I'm going to say thank you one more time to those 2, and yeah. So the F1 project that I have been talking about, it's we are still. I said November 2020 because I have no exact date for when it's going to be in a position to go live, but it will go live in November. We're probably looking mid to late November at present, purely because of how long it takes to edit. I mean, this is the thing. I've got to edit the race package together, which I then send to Trevor, who then does the commentary for them, and he does a cracking job, by the way. It's fantastic at it. He really does nail the Trevor Walker character that he has. But it probably takes a solid 6-7 hours, because you're going through all the footage that you have, because you don't just record the replay of a race. You've got to bear in mind all the other action in the race. You can just focus on the character that you're playing as, but sometimes that can be, there aren't many overtakes that maybe happen in that position. It's like I'm going through the race, I'm looking for what is happening on the track with everyone. So the leaders, the midfield, sometimes even the back markers. It can be quite exciting. So I'm literally going through the race multiple times, finding all the right angles, when overtakes happen at certain places, and I've then got to put on an overlay. I don't have an official F1 overlay. I've got my own. It doesn't take too long to put together, but I've still got to go through every lap, do the lap counter, do the running order, and you know, if a safety car comes out, you throw up a safety car sign. So you know, and then obviously I've managed to put in team radios as well. That is a painstaking process of going through all of the team radios, probably since 2015 for the majority of the drivers, to throw it in there. So it's a real undertaking. And in terms of the episode structure, it's not just going to be primarily the race. There is an element of story to it, which again is going to take a little bit of time. But like I said, we're probably looking at mid to late November, possibly around the 21st-ish, sort of, is what I'm sort of looking at. Currently, races edited together so far, we're up to 5. It's a 16 race season. I will say that. That's the only major reveal I can make about it, mainly because I'm trying to incorporate the fact that, you know, COVID's around, make it relevant to the story, I guess, shortened season. Plus, it's a lot easier on me to edit the first season together, because if there was 22 races, I'd be drinking so much coffee, it'd be unreal. But yeah, so it's a 16 race season, so we can get to the first 8 races. We'll have a mid-season break like they do in reality, you know, a couple of weeks off, which allows me to catch up a little bit with editing as well, if need be. So we're approaching that point where I've edited half the season. Like I've got 3 more races to get to the halfway point of the season. Then I've got to do the other 8, and you know it's exciting. I'm really, you know, I'm rubbing my hands together. I'm really enjoying doing it, which I haven't had that feeling for a long time. So, but in terms of the F1, I mean, it's a really exciting season. So you really don't want to miss it. Trev is really excited for when it goes live, and obviously myself, I am as well. To see the whole product put together. I've even gone to the extent of getting myself a lovely green screen, still in the packet. That gives you an idea of what's going to be. I'm going to be using that for the series, so it should be a very interesting, hopefully a very interesting series for you guys. But yeah, that's about it really. It was 12.5 minutes of me babbling on about F1 and thanking people. But yeah, that's kind of it. Just a quick update. It's reasonably quick, but yeah, just an update on things, and you know, thanking the important people who have helped me get this far. So yeah, that's about it really. So obviously we've got a match of the day episode coming up on Trev Sports, which I will link in the description, and obviously I'll link JB's channel as well, because he's still doing the live commentaries on Premier League action. He did one literally last night. So he was also doing the commentary for Aston Villa against Liverpool, which I think he always whinged about me getting the exciting matches, and then I've left him to it, and he's, you know, okay, he's getting the good ones. So, you know, just putting it out there. You know, you have had some exciting matches, John. So don't whinge too much, okay? So yeah, right. That is going to be it. I've waffled on long enough and taken up enough of your time. So thank you all for listening, and I will see you for the first race of the F1 season, which will be coming up in November. And obviously, hope you can join me on Trev Sports for Match of the Day, Champions League and Grandstand for whenever they get released. I will link the latest one in the description. But thank you all for listening. I'm off now. I've waffled on. Cheerio.